Well, hey, good morning, everyone. It's CR&E Morning Brew. Don't know if anybody will be able to drop in or not, but I'm sitting here having my coffee down here in the train room. Nothing fancy going on today. Let's move this down. Just kind of tinkering. Oh, hey, Dwight, Kyle. Good morning, guys. Again, I mentioned on the On Track Tuesday I had a couple days ago that I was kicking around an idea of just, I'm up early. I'm usually up by 6 o'clock. I don't know what time you guys get up, but just having coffee. Let's have coffee. Sit around, shoot the breeze. Nothing. Thought I'd give it the idea a try. Hi, Chris. Girl. Tennessee River Union is in here. Hey, Troy. Ha! Yeah, I know. Troy. What the hell, Yankee? That's my buddy Troy. He lives down here in Oklahoma. Always calls me Yankee. I don't know. Whatever. But I just thought, what the hell? Talking about trains, talking about whatever. Drink coffee too. Yeah, see. I mean, it's no secret that I drink coffee. A ton of coffee mugs. I drink coffee every time I do a show. Every day. I probably drink more coffee than I should. But I thought I'd kick it around and see what you guys think. I got my milk with coffee this morning too. There you go. Yeah, drink a little coffee with my cream and sugar. I guess I could word it that way too. But so yeah, no particular subject or anything, no particular anything. Honestly, just whatever you guys want to talk about. I mean, I could. I just tinkering around this morning, nothing really. Having coffee. I might work on the bridge a little bit more today. I'm on vacation next week, so I'm going to. You're asking me, I'm not retirement, Kyle. No. I am off on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, the days I work, I'm up at like 4 in the morning and I start work at 5:30. So I'm used to getting up early. Drink some coffee and catching up on videos. Yeah. Troy, I think you're off this week, huh? I'm off next week. I think we're gonna do some work in the kitchen. Nothing crazy, no major renovations or anything. But at one point I tore down some cabinets and I got some holes in the wall and I've just been lazy about filling them. So I probably should mess with that today. So I can have that dry and ready to paint and stuff for next week or over the weekend. James, I started to build my expansion storage yard. Oh, that's interesting. All right, I want to see that. You have to post some videos. Oh, Kyle's talking to James. Okay. Yeah, I got a few more years. I just turned 50 in January, so I guess I got a good probably 10 to 15 anyways, 12 to 15. Michael McDougal, for example, thanks for all you do for us models. If you're talking about me, thank you, sir. I don't know what all I do for you guys, but I enjoy the hobby. I do. I enjoy the hobby. I enjoy the friends I've made in the hobby. I've met very few of you guys, honestly. But through, social media and things like YouTube and MeWe and Facebook and different groups, I made some decent friends through it. And, how many of us honestly would ever be able to know each other even on this level without the social media and these groups? So, you know, I know that we can get into this. A lot of guys say, you know, the hobby's dying and this and that, but I kind of beg to differ. In some ways, yeah, like you don't have as many traditional hobby stores like you used to have the brick and mortar, but that'd be the place you'd have to go, or a club or something like that, where you would have to go to in order to get to hang out with guys and get to know guys. So with that, yeah, and I'm looking at Tennessee River says, James, I'll have to follow you. So, I mean, I think most of you guys already are subscribed to me. I mean, obviously, you probably get a notification or whatever is going on here. I don't know, maybe not. But, yeah, definitely check each other's channels out and subscribe and all that fun stuff if you like what you see. Well, yeah, I mean, going back to that, I mean, I don't think the hobby's dying. I think because of the technology, us older guys, you know, it takes us a minute to catch up on some of that. Some of us. But I think it's kind of maybe even helping some of the younger folks get into it, you know. Things like, you know, Wi-Fi throttles and stuff, and using your cell phone as a throttle, and just things like that that are a little more technical in some ways anyways. I got back into this. James, don't blame me. You know, it's a damn shame we spend our youngest years of our lives, younger years, our adult lives, you know, working and stuff. Yeah, next trip down, Chris, we'll get together. Yeah, I miss Florida. I like Florida. Detroit, that's true. The brick and mortar are going away. I mean, pretty much. I mean, in this whole COVID pandemic and everything kind of showed that, where your Amazons of the world and that are oh hey Gary are really kind of taking over all the online stuff. I mean, my wife is still ordering groceries online if she don't have time to get to the store, you know, so that she don't have to make the time to go to the store. We can use that time doing other things that we'd rather do than go to the grocery store. Downside of that is you don't really get to, especially if you're going to order fruit, vegetables, you don't really get to, don't really get to pick them out necessarily yourself, you know. So maybe you might want to not do so much of that. Tennessee River Union. I'll have to tell you about convincing my dad to get a universal remote. How much easier it is. What are you talking about for operating the trains? Carell? Hey, rail artist. Good morning. I was surprised to see so many guys in here, to be honest with you. I didn't think, and just kind of a long shot. I thought maybe of doing this. I mean, like I said, I'm off Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know if I would do it both days, but Wi-Fi interface from NC system. James, what is that exactly? Because I have the NCE system, the SB5. I think I'm going to have to add a booster too now. I'm going to have 2 levels on that. We'll see. A second booster. And the Lionel controllers. Okay, Chris. So I'm wired in. You know, I have like the UTP panels and all that. I was planning on popping them around the layout, which I'm fine with for the most part. But I kind of think it'd be neat to go with Wi-Fi. I just don't know what all I need to buy to convert this over to Wi-Fi. I know those throttles are more expensive. At least I think they are. And I don't know if you can actually control your trains with your tablet. That's cool. I have the USB interface. Is that the one you need through NCE? Do a couple like JMRI and that. And tracks, brand name, Okay, James, I have to look into that. But I was able to download that Y throttle. There's like a free version of it just for fun to see if it would work, and it worked. It felt like there was a little bit of a delay, maybe because I don't really have things set up because I was kind of running it through the JMRI, I guess. I think that's what I was doing. Can you send it and see and have them convert it to wire? Try, I think you can. Take like your regular power cab or pro cab and send it in. Run full trains. Good morning. How are you? Just checking in before the info. That's fine. I wasn't sure what time to start this thing. I mean, I'm up at 6. I figured I'd get started whenever. Usually I'm up by 6. If I sleep in much more than that, just sleeping in. All right, Cal. Hey, man, thanks for stopping in, man. Have a good night's sleep. Appreciate it. If you guys, excuse me, you guys have any better ideas for like times, and if Tuesday would be a better day than Thursday. Tuesdays I'm usually a little busier. It's my day off. I try to load more stuff into Tuesdays. Iron Planet. Yeah, I've heard of Iron Planet. I've actually bought some stuff from them before. Not DCC stuff, but I think I bought my cork road bed from them actually. They had a really good price on it a while back. And this fan 3001 Wi-Fi throttle was super easy to install and works well on my layout. Now is that Y throttle? That's the one I was just talking about, where you just download it on your phone or your tablet. And then what do you need then? Is it the USB interface thing for NCE, or for whatever system you're using? You need some kind of interface, or no? Hey, Jasco. How you doing, Midsummer Railway End Scale? Good morning. It's evening here in Melbourne, Australia. Oh my goodness. Wow. Should have done this a while ago. Just kept talking about a whole lot of nothing really important, I guess. Just chat. Interface. Okay. So would it be for NCE they have that for JMRI, the interface? Would that be what you're talking about, James? For NCE, it's a I have it. I don't have it here. You know, that's the thing. When I tore everything down, everything's boxed. All this crap behind me, it's still in boxes and tubs, and there's a bunch of stuff on this wall. That way you can't see. So I labeled most of it, but it's still a matter of digging through the boxes. NC SP5. Yeah, I like the SP5. I like the fact that since I'm not wireless and I do have the UTP panels, that I can unplug from one and walk around and plug into another port, and it doesn't shut everything down. When you unplug the power cab, obviously you're shutting all the power off. So 156 Canadian, okay. That's not bad, really. I mean, that's basically what you can pay for like a power cab system, you know. I wouldn't mind doing some kind of Wi-Fi though. Like I know NCE actually has the Wi-Fi system, so. See, radio can't be sold in Canada. Really? I wonder why that is. Did they say why? Still using DC power, not enough money per month coming in to afford DCC. Yeah, I mean, coffee is currently indicated. See, now that's something Midsummer Railway and scale. You can automate DC with Arduino and sensors. Arduino is something that it sounds super interesting to me, and I just haven't taken the time to really look into it and understand it. Electronics and computers and stuff, I'm gonna be honest, kind of boggle me. boggle my mind a little bit. I'm not great with them. I'm lucky I'm able to do the things that I've been doing with, these, the wire things in and stuff. I probably know more than I realize I know, but I definitely am no genius at it. But that Arduino sounds really interesting. You can control a lot of things with that without having to do some of the traditional ways, I guess. Turn out signals, things of that nature. Because I would like to get into signaling and that with this layout. At the very least, I want to figure out how to throw up like LEDs. I think you can wire those in with your tortoises so that you can have like a red or a green light on which way the tortoise or which way the turnout is thrown. Something about radio frequency. Okay, James, it's interesting though. Iron Horse Route. Good morning, sir. How are you? Chris, Tennessee River Union. Don't feel bad. My granddad was an electrical engineer, and I definitely did not get his genes. I don't think it's something that's inherited. Well, maybe the mental aspect of it, but I think a lot of it's just learning and learning how it all works. It's not hard. Arduino, Site, and Jimmy from DY. I did you have all the code. Yeah, I've watched Jimmy before. I like Jimmy. He's definitely a technical guy. I think Heath from Human City Junction. I believe he's pretty technical. Hello. Troy says, Scout Trains keeps pushing pre-orders back. Must be China's mad at us again. Probably. That's and Troy, you brought that to my attention, like with the operator stuff. I do feel like, and I'm a fan of Scout Trains. Don't get me wrong. Most a good portion of my locomotives are from Scout Trains. I usually go with the rivet counters. Troy likes the operator. I don't dislike the operator. I just like more of the bells and whistles and stuff than he does. However, as he says, they are not making, and I've noticed this as well, they're not making as much in the operator series as they used to. In fact, this last run of the ES44s, I believe, we're supposed to have a pre-order on operator, and they ended up canceling those orders, or they didn't get enough interest in guys wanting them. Hey, Nora. Good morning. How you doing? With Ohio Rail Action. But now I see they have offered them up again for delivery in winter 22. So we'll see. See what happens there. I've noticed that, one of Scout Train's big things when they came into the market was price and value and all that. And as everything, so I can't really say it's wrong, but as everything else has gone up, their prices have gone up as well, to where they are actually right up there, the same cost as, like Athearn and the other bigger manufacturers. So where they used to be a good, $30 cheaper or so, something that say Athearn was selling for $285, $290, they were selling for $250, $260 for a rivet counter. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they've upgraded some. I don't know. Some of it's probably just cost, and everything with factories in China and all that stuff. I know one thing, I paid, literally paid in full for pre-orders from Atlas on their run of reefers, Tropicana reefers. And they're supposed to be out any time now. I don't know, I paid for them almost a year ago. And I still haven't heard anything from them or when they will be coming. But it's not making me too happy, a little nervous over that. It was not a cheap amount of money I paid for those. So we'll see. Good DCC locomotives cost. That's $300 to $400 a can. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're right there with us here too. I mean, anywhere from $275 to $300 American. So I just seem to remember paying closer to $250 for them, you know, a year or two ago. And again, everything goes up, so I'm not necessarily saying it's on them. Yeah, Corral, that's kind of not cool, man. So I wouldn't have ordered the damn things, but you had to pre-order because you can't get anything live anymore. That's the one downside about this stuff, not having brick and mortar. It's hard to get something like just go to a shop and get it, you know. Now if you order like through Amazon and that, you know, you got Amazon Prime on a lot of stuff. So you do get it fairly quickly, but selling around $450. Yeah. It's crazy, man. We pay it. I pay it. I don't know. I like my trains, man. But see, I'm more willing to pay for that on a locomotive than I am for certain other things. I skimp, but I'll find budget ways to do like scenery and things like that to be able to pay more for a locomotive than what. Now with rolling stock, I very rarely do I buy anything rivet counter or like I say rivet counter because like scale trains has operator and then the upscale version, the more detailed version is the rivet counter, as you guys know. But excuse me, I get the hiccups now. I'll stay with the operator on most of that stuff. I don't need all the detail on that. Like the Walthers mainline, I love those 60-foot high cube boxcars that they just came out with. Not just came out with, but they just had another run of them in the spring. I bought a bunch of those damn things. And I think I got them through Lombard. Lombard had them for right around $20 a pop, 20 or 21, which anymore isn't terrible. I mean, your kids are running in the teens, you know. I got this one. Put it. So like, well, this isn't a kit, but like these Walthers mainline 39 with Trinity hoppers, and they're running around 26-ish or something, I think, at most places. Yankee Dabbler, model train stuff, Midwest Modeler, all those guys were running around the same price. I don't remember which one I bought that one from. But then, you know, AccuRail came out with a new, open the box, I'll show you. Come on. They've come out slowly with them. They started out with like an undecorated one, then it came out with like a Chicago and Northwestern. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a 2-bay ECF covered hoppers, you know. I just make things better or worse. Is that better? But those are kits. And I think that I paid around 16. Then you gotta add your shipping and stuff, and that's where it gets you. You might get a good price on something even when you're on, you know, eBay or whatever site. But you know, everybody wants shipping is insane. Yeah, I mean some real here in N scale too, and you're paying that kind of money. Yeah, Chris, you got a decent brick and mortar near you. I have one that's not terribly far away, but you don't have, I don't know. You got a lot of junk in there, you know. Then you go to these places and they want more, the same if not more, usually more than what you're going to pay online. The only thing is you save on shipping, so you got to take that into account, of course. But a lot, James. Probably a second mortgage on the house for those. I just saw they had another run of those, the CSX and the NS one. Those are the most popular ones. I just saw that. Well, they just came out within the last month or so. Those things are almost $50 a pop, $48 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And no. I did buy, when they had the bulkhead flats, they came out with those a couple of years back. I paid, and that's the thing, they only came out, some of these things are only coming out with the river counters. And I find that is like a disservice to everybody else. See, Troy, you're like 50 miles away. I'm not 50 miles, but it's not even worth the trip. You know, there's I'm going to call it a hobby shop. It's, tells the name of it now. It's I think it's a national chain, but they're more into RC cars and stuff. They have a very small train section. So it's not even worth it. And then they want a fortune for everything in there. It's, well, why the hell would I even go and buy from you guys? See, James, that's kind of cool. You ought to see if you get some of them guys to sponsor your channel or something, or give you a little cut on some stuff. Yeah, Chris, that'd be awesome. Next time I come down, I'm planning to go when you come down next. Take you there, meet the train, TRT train crew. Yeah, I'm good with that. I think the wife's talking about maybe coming down over the winter, maybe February or something. Her and my daughter are going in November just down to Disney. I've had my fill of Disney. I'm good. I went there Thanksgiving right before the pandemic, and man, if I never go back, it'll be too soon. The place was so crowded. Central Hobbies again. Yeah, well, I love Florida, man. One of these days I'll be a Florida resident. It'll be a while from now, but I think I eventually would like to move down. I keep trying to talk the wife into going now before I build any more of this layout and tear it all up. But we're just not ready to do that. Although they say my house is worth a hell of a lot of money. I don't see where they see that at, but right now, the housing market's crazy, man. I could sell my house for probably $40,000 more than what last I knew it was worth. You know, and I'd be able to bank a decent amount of that, but what am I going to do? I can't buy anything right now. Chris says it kills me. I'm having a Disney withdrawal. It's been a year, like a crack addict. Well, you could go for the both of us, but I don't hate Disney. I don't care for crowds like that. You know, Midsummer Railway, we've had some of that, shortages in certain areas. People got stupid in the beginning, and I don't know what they thought they were going to do with toilet paper and stuff like that. I have no idea. But I think for the most part, we've been able to get the things we need. As a lot of you guys know, I'm a nurse, man, so I've been working through the whole thing. Thankfully, my wife was able to work from home. I was at work the whole time. So we didn't lose any income and stuff like that, which is, let's see, I can't go, no money, they still making people in parts force you to wear the face diapers. Ohio was pretty much done away with. I mean, they kind of left it up to the businesses if they want you to wear it. It's kind of a joke in a way because they say, well, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to come in and wear your face mask and blah, blah, blah. But how do you know who's been vaccinated? I don't want to have to show your papers. I mean, it's not Nazi Germany, man, for crying out loud. I'm going to show my papers. Hell, they don't make you show ID to vote. Barely. Why are they going to make you show papers when you get vaccinated? So, well, how do you know who's been vaccinated or not? So it's just kind of a joke in my mind. But, whatever. Who am I? I'm glad we don't have to wear them. At least most places. All right, Troy, thanks for stopping in. I know it's nothing exciting and just shooting the breeze. I mean, James, you get your second shot next week. Okay, good. I don't know what shot you're getting. Some people get a little bit of a flu symptom from it. I got the Moderna shot. Hey, Darren. Must be on a little break from work, buddy. Troy, shoot me some pictures of what you got going on today. He's rebuilding his layout too. Anyways, I got the Moderna shot. That's what the hospital system offered up at first, and they did not force us to get it. So, I mean, we kind of was wondering about that, if they were going to force us to get them because we're in the hospital and stuff. So the first shot, for anybody who hasn't had it, the first shot, just my arm hurt a little bit. Like a flu shot. If you ever get the flu shot, you get a little bit of an ouch, hurts for a couple of days. Then the second shot, they say about 12 to 24 hours after, you get flu-like symptoms. And sure enough, man, I woke up, I got it on a Friday afternoon. And then on Saturday morning, I woke up, I felt good. It was early. Like I said, I get up early, 6, 7 o'clock. By about 9, 10 o'clock, I started feeling kind of crummy. My arm hurt really bad. It was sore. So I had like aches and like a real slight fever, nothing crazy, a little bit of chills. All right, Troy. Talk to you later, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Lasted Saturday, by Sunday, I felt fine. So that kind of stunk. Now, I don't know if they all do that, but the Moderna brand did that for me and most of my coworkers too. And that's kind of what it is. It's each their own, Chris. My wife has some other issues. I didn't want to bring anything home. And that's just in general. I mean, I work at a hospital. I run in all kinds of different stuff. People with all kinds of different things going on. So I always try to be cautious about what I do. And, I don't need her getting any kind of illness because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So, yeah, I got mine in, what that is in April. I don't know when I got mine. It's been a while back now. It was probably February, maybe. I was still putting up bench work. I was working on the bench work over on the side here. So I hadn't gotten very far. And it was like a whole day wasted, basically, because I just couldn't do anything. Hey, there's my buddy Wilmer. What's going on, man? Hey, I just commented on Kevin Brown's video. If anybody is interested, this coming Tuesday for On Track Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, is going to be Kevin Brown. There's a 5th Tuesday, and on the 5th Tuesdays of months that have 5 Tuesdays, we try to have a guest host, and this week is going to be Kevin Brown. So you have to go over to his channel and check that out. But I was telling him, Wilmer, to get with you if he wants to maybe play around with the StreamYards. If you're not able to, I'll try to. I'm getting better at it, but you're a little more of a master at it than I am. Please look, I still got the damn banner running up on the bottom. I figured out how to do banners finally. can do quite a bit on this as a free service. It'd be kind of cool to be able to use like the green screen and stuff, and you can put up, instead of having that StreamYard thing up in the corner of the screen, you can have your own like logo or whatever. But you got to pay. I think it's like $20 a month is the cheapest plan. And I don't go live enough. Maybe if I do this enough and it works out, like I would. You're more of a master than me, Wilmer. You're the one that taught me how to do it. And you see, like even the other night when I brought up the other screen for Kevin's channel, I was like sweating. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it. Last time I tried to bring up some pictures, I just goofed everything up. Yeah, I wanted to do it outside on my deck, but it's cold this morning, man. I'm a freeze baby anyways, but it's too cold. Don't want it. Got some strange weather here in Ohio this spring. 64 degrees right now. It's supposed to be 84 later by this afternoon. We've gone from having the air conditioner on to having the heat on, you know, so. Okay, Chris, I appreciate you stopping in, man. We'll talk to you later, man. So yeah, there's a notification I see from the post office here. I should be getting my nice. That works for me, buddy. My Father's Day gift for my kids should be arriving today. Cool. I'll have to do a video on that. But yeah, again, you know, like I said, if this is something I'm gonna give it a try, I'll do this, and I don't know if I'll do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but like I said, I'm up. Spend a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, drinking coffee and shooting the breeze, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, I'd like to keep it basically train related or hobby related. 80 in Florida, you son of a gun there. MHB Podunk, is that what that is? Hey, Kevin. Is it Kevin Brown? Maybe. Like I said, I'd like to keep it, you know, train related or topic if we can. You know, to get into things like they always say, the taboo subjects, religion, politics, that kind of stuff. I just think it'd be better not to. If it comes up and we want to touch on things, okay, fine. If it's like something, especially with railroad related, you know, like, but I just think it's better not to. Plus, I'm like, no, it's Barwiller. Okay. Well, welcome, Kevin, from Weiler. Name's Matt. Okay, Matt. Sorry about that. I've seen you in chats in general. I don't know everybody's name. I've gotten better at some of the names that I see more often, but I apologize that I didn't remember your name. And there's so many good channels out there. That's something else. I was starting to talk about, you know, with the hobby and that. Yeah, brick and mortar are kind of going, a lot of them by the wayside, and there's still a lot of guys that would rather do that. I'm not against brick and mortar. I just don't have a decent one near me, at least in my opinion. I'd rather take a little road trip to go to somewhere to visit one. But in a lot of ways, I think it's helped grow the hobby, the social media aspect of things. Kevin, if you're talking about me, I live here in Ohio, and I'm basically trying to model like middle Ohio to western. I live in northeast Ohio, so basically the idea is I'm going to run from Cleveland roughly up here on the lake. I run along the lake there through like Deschler, Ohio, I think it's actually the Willard branch. I think I'd have to drop down onto that and then into Willard, and that Willard Deshler, and out that way. It was not last night. It was Tuesday night there, buddy. Container man. Trying something out, man. I was talking about it Tuesday. But yeah, mostly like, rolling hills and flat for the most part. With 2 levels, I didn't know how much mountainous I can get, especially on the first level. Yeah, but we'll see. I like containers. So out in northwest Ohio, it's a big CSX container yard. It's called the North Baltimore. Well, I don't know what it's called. It's North Baltimore, Ohio. Place is huge. I should post that video. I took some pictures and stuff, but yeah, it's just huge. It's just insane. Well, sorry to hear you had a bad night there, container man. I missed Sparky's last night. His thing. Is he doing it every week again or not? Because I know he kind of backed off there. He was doing a lot of extra shows and stuff like that. And I know he, for whatever reason, backed off. Just summertime too, you're more busy. But I was coming back to you. I keep getting all southern. That's where modeling is what I'm attempting to model. It won't be 100% prototypical, but that's going to be the general area. I'm mostly a CSX modeler. That's my main, like, modern day, and I'm trying to. I got a notification, container man, and he was going on, but he was on like 2 hours ago, so I had missed it already. So yeah, I'm trying to stay within about the last 5-10 years of CSX. I do have the short line, Crooked River and Eastern. That's what the layout is called, 2.0, I guess we'll call it. So like my grain elevator is the Crooked River Co-op. So that's going to be serviced by my fictional railroad, my short line, Crooked River. That's going to be their main focus, is switching that out. Which I still have to modernize my fleet there a little bit with some like road switchers, I think. Some Jeeps, maybe some ST40s or something to paint in my scheme. Hard to create a road and type at the same time. Well, yeah, don't get in a wreck or anything over there, Matt. Crooked Road, Crooked River, Crooked Road, I don't know. Oh man, they shut you down on the. I was gonna say you drove anyways. So sometimes, is it? I was just getting out of it when they were coming up with the those carbon burning apparatus, whatever it was, to burn the carbon off of the exhaust and all that, and it would allow you to kind of bypass it so many times, and then you'd have to actually shut it down, or it would shut you down until you actually ran the cycle to burn that off. I know this is different. This is your engine coolant engine light, but just amazing how there's so much with these trucks now. And even, so when did I get out of it? The end of 2012 is when I started working at the hospital. So it's been, Jesus, it's been almost 10 years, 9 years. Wow. Wow, that's amazing to me. It's been that long ago. Feels like it was yesterday. Because that means I'm getting old. But what was I talking about? See, getting old. What was I talking about? Well, yeah. So that's the plan. I am adding some extra or some different railroads in. There has been an influx, or maybe it's always been, but I've noticed it more. I agree, container man. There is too much computerized stuff on all these motors. whether it be trucks, cars, it don't matter. Too much. Can't hardly work on them anymore. Not that I was a big motorhead to begin with, but it's hard to do much of anything. CSX Intermodal Yard. Yeah, have you ever been to that one out there by North Baltimore? It's in Northwest Ohio there, Containerman. Place is so huge. When I was with Pappy in Gooseland a couple weekends ago, we stopped in there. There's an area where we did it legally. You pull in the main drive and there's an area that says visitor parking. So we went over to the visitor parking and you can see there's literally 7 of these massive, I mean, they're just massive, these intermodal cranes. I can imagine like on these docks and stuff when they're out by the ocean and that, how big like that, like Long Beach, I think is huge out there. But yeah, it's massive. And then I'd love to find somebody. I think Containerman did send me a link to one that's a little more modern. I have the Walthers intermodal cranes, I have a couple of those, but I really want to get something that's more modern. And those cranes out there are all electric. It's like an all electric facility, man. And it's massive. We were able to count the tracks. If you go down the road a little bit, just past their entrance, you could go over this little crossroad. It's a bridge that goes over top. I forget, I'd have to look at the pictures, but you had 2 mains. I think there's like 14 tracks wide throughout there. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Containerman. Well, these look to be that tall as well. When you're driving up, it's Northwest Ohio, so it's pretty flat up that way. Ohio is funny because Southern Ohio, from the east to the west, in the east you have, well, it's all Appalachia, I guess, but you do have some good size foothills, I guess, of Appalachia, even going into the west end by Cincinnati, above Kentucky. On the east end, you're above like West Virginia. So it is fairly mountainous down there compared to up north. We're more like, we're not flat per se, but we have more of like rolling hills, I guess, up here all along the lake. But it's pretty flat when you get in the middle. I always say it's mountain on the ends, high in the middle. Don't make sense, but. But those would be my 2 main industries, intermodal and grain. So, sounds fun. Maybe I'll actually get to it eventually. Get these damn bridges in. And then maybe I will be able to keep part of my main line. I had the swing gate obstacle, and I got that done. Now, once I get over this river, or river valley, whatever it's going to be, then it should be a little smoother trucking from there. I hope. County road maintainer, nice. Yeah, Kevin. I like hoppers, grain hoppers. I look at those as the billboards of like what boxcars used to be. I like boxcars too. I got a bunch of tankers. I love a good coal drag. Nothing like a nice coal train. I don't think I'm going to have a mine on this layout. I have that New River Mining Company I had on the old layout. Don't think I'm even going to use it this time around. So we'll see. I'll probably do more like through coal trains. I'm thinking about maybe doing a small power plant or something where I could have the coal trains pick up from and drop off at. We'll see. James, you came back. Welcome back. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I want to make this any long, drawn out thing, or just kind of an idea. Seems like a fair amount of guys came in to check it out, so maybe I'll give it another try and see if I feel like jumping on. I'll jump on. If not, I was thinking maybe Thursdays. I don't know if anybody does anything Thursday mornings. There's so many good shows out there. There's a lot of live streams now, and like I said, this is just going to be a whole lot of nothing, just drinking coffee and shooting the breeze. So if you guys have a subject that you want to bring up, that's fine. We can discuss. But it's going to be more or less just off the cuff. Damn, man. Y'all don't know what Matt and I are talking about. Matt grades the same from one side of the road to the other side after it rains. Okay. Well then. Sounds like important work, actually. Gotta have that drainage, otherwise you get standing water and flooding and everything else. I find there's so many guys that do so many different jobs that are involved in this hobby. Guys like myself that are in the medical field, the guys that are, like container mans and truck drivers, a few other guys I know that are truck drivers out there. And just, Matt is a road maintenance, paving and stuff like that. James is doing a steel mill and a town. See, now I like that too, but I'll leave that to you, man. Thursday morning is great. All right. Oh, I see. He says it funnels the water, you leave a small ridge of sand about a foot tall or so. All right. That's interesting to me. So I don't think we do that up here, but where are you at, Matt? Are you in the south, west? Because I don't think we do that up here. We just gravel the sides of the roads, and let it drain off, and we grade it, off. Smooth surface. Yeah, no joke. Smith surface. I just got that too. He corrected himself. That stupid autocorrect, I'll tell you. You could use a word 100 times and still misspell it or correct it to something else. Drives me insane. Well, it looks like this delivery's coming through. I've been on a buying spree lately, I guess. Gotta stop that. I keep complaining that plywood is so expensive, and I need to buy some plywood for this peninsula, but plywood's not sexy, man. I want trains, I want train cars, I want fun stuff. Can't run them anywhere, damn it, yet, but I will. Florida. Man, that's right, you said it earlier. See, I told you, don't get old, man. Holy crap, I can't remember anything. Yeah, I can see that in Florida. Yeah, for sure. Because you guys you get hurricanes and stuff too, but just on a regular basis, you get this is the raining time, isn't it, in Florida, where you get rain just about every day for a little bit and then it clears up? Or is that more like August? I remember last time we were down, I think it was July or August. It rained about every afternoon and rained hard. It was no joke. Then it cleared up and dried up quick. Kevin, yeah, get all those socks. Well, it's kind of double-edged sword. It's like you're fortunate enough to have made it to an older age, and so there's that. That's a good thing. It just depends on the hand you're dealt health-wise and stuff. I mean, so far I feel pretty good at 50. I know that's not considered, really old, but I mean, middle age, I guess. but I don't feel 50 most of the time. There's times I do, but now old enough to retire. Wish I could quit working. Can't do that yet. I'd want to do something. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could ever just retire, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll get to a point in my life where I feel like that's enough. You can always want something to do. Even 6. Matt, you retiring in 30 days? Is that what you mean? 30 more days and I'm going to get up at 6. Or is that just your season is over in 30 more days? Your road season. I don't see where that would be the case. That don't make any sense for you. I even said that. But yeah, I think I'd want to at least stay on somewhere, PRN, as needed kind of thing, part time, work a couple days a week, a few hours a day. And as a nurse, there's options to do that. So, I could kind of go out on my terms. I don't have to abruptly retire. Tired and still have 6%. Yeah, but James, when you're used to getting up that early, when I was building the last layout, I had been working night shift prior to that. I did that for 3 or 4 years. When I first started at the hospital, I was on night shift. So I stayed up a lot more. I'd stay up all night working on the layout, just tinkering, painting track. I painted all the track by hand on this whole layout. Probably do it again. Although, this is something I wanted to mess with today too. I got that airbrush for Father's Day. I wanted to dig that out and set it up and play around with it. Art is retired and still up at 5. Wow. Yeah. Well, Container Man is a driver. Usually up early. I was always up early. And of course, you're a little different because you're an over-the-road driver, so you kind of keep different hours probably. But when I was working, I was always local as a driver. I was home every night. So I always started at, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, real artist. Good for you, man. Hoping to get there. I've only got 7 years as a nurse. Like I said, I drove trucks for 21 years, and I just got into this. I started as a nurse in 2014. I graduated in December of 13, and then I started in April of 14 as a nurse. I was an aide for a few years while I was in school. So it's cool, man. I work with a couple of guys that are nurses, and they are 30 plus years in as nurses. So I don't know how you did it for that many years, to be honest with you. It's a tough profession. And especially this last year has been rough, obviously, for everybody, but in the medical field, it's been especially rough. And so thank you for 30 years of that. I don't know how you did it for that long. But I'm hoping to get 20, I guess. Oh, sorry. Maybe I should sleep in more. I wouldn't yawn so much. Maybe I'm just boring myself today. I was supposed to leave at 5:30 Central, but I missed it. It happens. Kevin, I'm the same way. I usually, my body just wakes up even on my days off, somewhere between 5 and 7. I sleep in at 7, 7:30, I sleep in. Or yeah. Boy, mental health. Well, I'll tell you, just me. Maybe I'm just going to be a little cold-hearted here, but man, people in general can't deal with life anymore, man. Not that I got it easy or nothing, but shit. There's more people taking more medicine for anxiety and mental health, and maybe it's because we're diagnosing it more and people are getting more help with it. Maybe I don't know, but working pre-op and post-op, and man, everybody's a little nervous. Don't get me wrong. You're having surgery, especially these younger kids. the younger generation, man, oh man, they're on so much shit. Like prescription stuff, like for anxiety and things. Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. That's why I couldn't see doing it for 30 years. It's just a rough field. You take on a lot of emotional baggage as a nurse a lot of times. And there's a lot of things that you want to be able to do more and fix or whatever, and you can't. Okay. Container man, I can be up and going every morning. I want to drive at 5. I want to go home. I don't get up till 10 or later. Saturday, I'm awake at 9 for back on track. Okay, and 11 for Benny. And then back to sleep. All right. It's all right. Matt, that's all right, man. That's what it don't have to be about bottle everyone. That's what I'm saying. Let's just have coffee and shoot the shit. Plain English. The only thing I was saying is that, you get into certain subjects and it can get way off track, and then you get, I shouldn't say I don't want to offend anybody because everybody's offended by everything anymore. That's a whole subject in itself. But, if we go there and see what happens. If it gets too angry or whatever, then we could rail it back. But, yeah, it's okay. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm up anyways, and usually I'm just, I don't know, drinking my coffee, watching videos, or just tinkering around. So I thought I'd just see how this goes. Give it a try. What the hell else I got to do? Expansion storage yard will have 6 tracks. Okay. James, are you N scale or HO? I forget. Detox. Container man, if nothing else, you're good for comic relief, buddy. Time gray roads go by faster. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've met a lot of good people doing this hobby, and I've learned a lot of stuff from guys. It's been good. It's been good. And like I said earlier, this is how I feel for things that are lacking now in the modern railroad industry or community with the brick and mortar and stuff like that we're going. And I say that because the hobby shop, I think, used to be kind of like the barber shop, where guys would go and they would sit around, and maybe they'd buy some stuff here and there, don't get me wrong, things they needed, but they would sit around the hobby shop and shoot the shit, and the store owner usually had enough knowledge, or was a model railroader himself or herself, and was able to answer questions and bounce ideas around and that kind of thing, like what we do here, on the internet. And with that kind of going by the wayside, you don't get that as much. But as far as in store, turn going by sidetrack Sunday. I'm HO, but I have some N scale. Okay. Yeah, I'm HO as well. For those that don't know, I don't know if I could do N scale. HO is hard enough. One-eyed dream stealer. What is that? One-eyed dream stealer. I'm lost. Matt, what is a one-eyed dream stealer? Is that something to do with the machinery you're working on? But yeah, so in this aspect, I think it's helped grow the community a little bit, the industry, the hobby. Kids want to, like my son, unfortunately, has got no interest in this. Made me a little sad, but I really have not been able to. Oh, TV. Yeah. You're not wrong, man. You know, and with this, oh wow, that's sweet, James. That would be sweet. Where shall we go? Man. So like I said, I'm not a, you're really not wrong, Container Man. And, you know, he says that, Matt, YouTube is just about as bad as TV. And it can be for sure. All right, Real Artist, good to have you in here, and hopefully we'll see you in here again. I need to be doing the same thing, honestly. Almost out of coffee anyhow. Now I gotta pee, so that's the one thing about coffee. I love it, but man, it makes me pee. But yeah, I got some things to get going on today as well. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna say this was pretty successful for what it is, and I'll give it a shot again next Thursday. I'm not against doing Tuesdays once in a while or both. Like I said, I'm up to drinking coffee. Spend a half hour, an hour with you guys or whatever. It's been a little over an hour now, but I mean, that's okay. I don't have anything special to do, but I should get up and do something. Sounds like the wife's up, actually. She's getting ready to start work. She's working from home still. I think she might actually be staying at home. All right. Well, I hope to see you, the artist. What is your actual name? Did you say it already? I don't remember your name, real artist. If you want to throw it out there, or does anybody else know it? Have a good day. It's 10:30. Yeah, you know, I forget you're from Australia. I mean, it's got to be kind of weird. Is this an okay time for you, Midsummer Railway? Was it 7:30? Is that okay? Your name is Greg. Okay, cool. Okay. Try to remember that. Have a good day. Later, y'all. See you, Chazco. Thanks for stopping in. So, yeah, it was fun. Thanks, guys. I was kind of worried about whether this would be worth the time if anybody would actually stop in. All right, James. Well, good luck with all that. I hope that goes well for you. And I will definitely do this again. All right. Anyway, sorry, I had a pop-up that came up. I'm trying to read that. Jasco, Chuck. Good. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping in, having coffee with me. And we will catch you next week. Next Thursday, we'll do it. Remember to tune in for On Track Tuesday this coming week with Kevin Brown, the guest host. That'll be should be a good time. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend, and talk to you later. Bye for now.